really quality wins, in my opinion. You know, because if you look at their wins here, let's go to theirs. Okay, the Los Angeles. Okay, so they did win. Their opponents they won the games against were at 50%. Okay, but their strength of schedule is only at 45%. Okay, so the problem is their net overall points. They are negative 37 against other teams. They're only 3-5. So you look at what's going on with these guys. They're not getting the offensive production. You still have guys like Austin who's available to do much on the outside. They're not utilizing the talent the way they need to. If you got the kid on the bench, you at 3-5 right now. I don't see you winning this division at all. Why don't you give him a chance?
Either Jared Goff is absolutely horrific, and he has not learned the playbook. That's the only.
Well, and that's a problem. Then they're doing the problems. Same thing the Saints personnel people would do. If you should have done your homework to know if you have a guy that could be able to learn or not. So you chose him, right?
As I have stated, the product of the NFL, to me, I always tell it to you, I tell it to James, and I've heard it. Now the mainstream media, ESPN, and people are starting to say it. That's on ESPN. The product of the NFL has become diluted. And you see games where teams are down by 20 points or 18, 17 points going into the fourth quarter, and you blink your eye. Next thing you know, we're in the game going down to the last 3 minutes, and the team has scored 21 points, and the team's going back and forth. Your product has become diluted. And I think Jared Goff is another illustration, example of the poor scouting, and more so what the college coaches are preparing these guys to come into the NFL for, and they're not prepared. They're not prepared. That's why the play is so sloppy now. A lot of penalties, a lot of drop passes, interceptions and fumbles from the left-tier quarterbacks, with the exception of Drew Brees, Matt Ryan, and Tom Brady. And these quarterbacks are not really playing just spectacular. They're about average. The rest of them do what they're doing. And so you're seeing the – remember I told you when Drew Brees and Tom Brady retire, football is going to be just average from the quarterback play. I mean, I'm just appalled at how bad Cam has dropped after being the MVP last year.
Cam.
I'm just appalled at
Cam.
Andrew Luck is having. And that's why when everybody was crowning us, they got to do it for me. They got to do it by year 8 or 9. I was telling James, when all the people up here in Atlanta, get rid of Matt Ryan. I said, James, they need to shut up. Because these quarterbacks, somebody coming after Matt Ryan is not going to be that good. You have a, franchise quarterback. And because Matt Ryan was playing so hard in preseason, I was like, these quarterbacks out of college are not coming in lighting up. Now, Dak Prescott has done great this year. Let's see if he's going to do it 2, 3, 4 years in a row.
I just wanted to say this as well, going back on what you said about Matt Ryan and, the Falcons fans. Before this season, Matt Schaub was having a pretty good preseason, and most Falcons fans wanted to start Matt Schaub over Matt Ryan.
They're crazy.
And I was like this. I said, you know what? I'm so tired of hearing about it. We should trade Matt Ryan to maybe Denver or a team with a defense that need a quarterback, and we as Falcons fans watch him win a Super Bowl with that team.
Exactly. Exactly.
And if I was Arthur Blanks was the fans were complaining to people that Arthur Blanks wasn't paying any attention to him. Because you ain't seen nobody but the fans talking about trading Matt Ryan, and Arthur Blanks had enough sense to know we ain't doing that.
That's the one of the most crazy thoughts I would ever hear. I've seen
Well,
Schaub
you know,
all
Saints
these
fans
years
talking
here
about
in
trade
Houston.
Drew Brees.
Huh?
You know, some of the Saints fans are talking about trade Drew Brees. I'm like, y'all must be crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's time for some of these fans just to chill out, man, especially in preseason. But bottom line is this, man. Schaub is not a winner. Let's just say it like it is. He's at the end of his career. He's a serviceable backup quarterback. Why would you trade a guy like Matt Ryan in the first place and think that Schaub is going to be any better than what he has proven throughout his career? Please.
Well, most Falcons fans felt that Matt Ryan had hit his ceiling after last
9 years. Did they not hear how old Drew Brees and on the radio?
I was one of the only ones that was saying, look, after last season, you know, we just Shanahan became the offensive coordinator. And Shanahan is actually the third offensive coordinator that Matt Ryan has been under since he's been in the NFL. And I was saying, wait, you know, this is his first season, but most Falcons fans, they said that he had hit his ceiling, that he had regressed. They wanted to, you know, start looking in terms of the draft and drafting another quarterback and everything before this season. And then Schaub started, you know, basically he had a good preseason. And most Falcons fans were saying, look, trade Matt Ryan, look to the draft another quarterback, or even to some extent cut him.
Preseason, guys, preseason. And this is what a lot of people forget. It's preseason. You don't face the best defenses. Teams don't put their full defenses into action on in preseason. So, yeah, you get a guy like Schaub, he may light it up and you think you have the best thing since sliced bread, but when he gets into a regular season game, he'll crumble and throw pick sixes like he did over and over and over again in Houston. Matt Schaub's confidence is waning. He is not the same player. They need to chill out, go and still be with old Matty Choke, and they'll be okay.
And that is the word of the day. Did you catch it? Waning. The professor word for tonight? Waning.
Waning.
Kyle C. Moses. Well, guys, we're not out of conversation, but we are out of time. This is the Professor Derek Craig Stevens coming to you from the Atlanta studios. He is Kyle T. Mosley coming to you from the Houston studios. Together, we've come together with the Saints News. I want to thank, not scheduled, but thank you so much for our special guest tonight, Mr. James Dixon.
Hey, James.
Some insight and giving us some insight on the Falcons. And James, we're going to take all that information, Kyle and I, and we're going to use that so our Saints will beat your Falcons on New Year's. So thank you for giving us some insight. So I'm just joking. I want to thank Mr. Dixon for being my special guest tonight. Brendan Boylan, we miss you. I love you, man. So everyone, have a great and safe weekend and enjoy all the games this weekend. Root for your favorite team. We'll be back. No, we won't be back next Friday because I will be coming to the Who Dat city of New Orleans.
All right.
People live to get a report. So we won't be on Friday. We may come to you. I may tape a show Monday through Wednesday, and it'll be broadcast after the Saints game against Denver. I'll be in New Orleans to watch the Carolina game with the Who Dat Nation. So that should be a lot of fun. So on behalf of Professor Speaks, Kyle T. and myself, and all of the Saints News family, we thank you. We love you. Good night, everybody. God bless, and have a safe and wonderful weekend.
Who dat, baby? Take care.
And